Alright guys, and welcome to episode 48 of this Tottenham Hotspur career mode on FIFA 19. That's right, Season 3 Episode 1 is the alternative title. We are getting Season 3 underway in this. We'll have a quick look at the news just to see who we've got in our group in the American Challenge Cup. So we have drawn Atletico Madrid, FC Dallas and Real Madrid. Alright, so that's not going to be a difficult group at all, is it? Let's have a look at the standings and see who else is in it, shall we? Can you have a look at the other group? We can. It is Barcelona, Buenos Aires, New York Red Bulls and Paris Saint-Germain. So we did go for the most difficult out of the three tournaments. 11 million prize money, I believe. So hopefully we can progress in that, although I am going to be simming the entire tournament just as I did last season, just to get through to the first couple of games of Season 1. Although it will be Charity Shield, won't it? For the first game that we actually play, seeing as we won the FA Cup. So we will get the Charity Shield and the first league game of the season in this episode. Now, go to the office and we can see we have a hefty budget after last season's success. Tempted to just bump that up a little bit. Yeah, that's more like it. 492 grand in wage budget and 207 million in transfer budget. So that's what we've got with. That's what we've got to play with in terms of bringing players in. I don't know why I've gone all the way back to central. Let's have a look at the transfer up then. We will look at first players that we have transfer listed. Lucas is on the transfer list mostly because I do want to bring in somebody to play out on the right. Which would then leave us with three wingers or three players that can play in that right sort of attacking midfield role. We are going to move Lucas on if we can. We have transfer listed Dybala because he's just not getting played. He is an incredible player, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he quite works for the system that I am playing. So Dybala is on the transfer list. Hopefully we can sell him and that'll really boost up the transfer kitty a little bit. Same with De Jong. He's not progressed as well as I hoped he would. He's not progressed as well as some other players have, and it came down to De Jong and Harry Winks, and I just have more of an affinity with Harry Winks. I actually do love Harry Winks as a footballer. He's not as good. Winks is only 82 rated, but he's also worth 12 million less, so I'm thinking, money is basically the motivation there. Amos, young player he's 23 and he's only 70 rated. He's not going to progress much more and he's not going to play, let's face it. So he's transfer listed, and then just a couple of youth prospects bunged on the loan list. We can have a look at the actual shortlist then, and I will sort this by position. A couple of these were already on there anyway from last season. They were regens, I believe, that we were taking a look at. Which he's one of them, Camporese. Not sure whether we'll sign him or not. We'll see. We are looking at predominantly a central midfielder and a right winger. Now there are a couple of players on here that aren't them positions, but that's me thinking about what happens if we do get rid of Dybala. We are going to need somebody to step in when Eriksen isn't playing. But predominantly I want a central midfielder and I want a right winger. So the players we've got on this list then, Kante is it's obvious choice. He's not got skills and his weak foot's a bit dreadful, but his defensive work rate is amazing. And we are looking at somebody to come in to Rabiot's first team position. So that's sort of more defensive minded half of the midfield pairing. He's only 29, this is our last season, so we ain't got to worry about age really, as long as they're not too old. And 90 rated, he would be right in there in the top end of this playing squad. The same with Saul. Now he's not as good defensively as Kante, but he is still an incredible central midfielder and is a better tackler, I want to say, than Rabiot. Higher rated than Rabiot, and I'm sure defensively he's better as well. Pogba isn't as good defensively. He is more an attacking player, I'll admit that. But Paul Pogba got to be one of the best central midfielders in game, in the world, even when he's on his game, when he's playing well. I'm torn about Pogba. I'd love to use Pogba in my system. I'd love to have him in this team. I'm just not sure he fits what we're looking for. But he is on shortlist for now. Miguel Almiron is only on this list because Alfie in the comments has suggested that we sign him. Unfortunately, I started this career mode with the pre-season potential and everything, so it was just the original vanilla game, and Almiron's potential is not as high as it is after the last update. So Almiron at Newcastle, if I were to start this career mode now, would have a higher potential than he did at the start. So he's only 83 rated at 26, so he's not really good enough to bring in unless we brought him in as a backup, and I don't think he'd want to leave Borussia Dortmund to play second fiddle in our midfield. But one idea that Alfie did have is that Almiron is a player we could look at in the Wednesday career mode as we progress. He is a little bit old for that. I'll kind of be breaking my own rules, I think, but it's an idea. But we'll remove him from our shortlist because he's not good enough for what we're looking at. Bruno Fernandes, a player that I've put on just in case we do sell Dybala, who would be a decent backup to Eriksen, I think. Very similar in that his technicals are pretty good and he's good at shooting from distance, his passing's good. He's a player that would be good in a rotation with Eriksen, so we will keep that one in mind. Mbappe got to be the world's most obvious choice for that right wing, surely. Amazing striker at ball, lightning quick. His stats are just scary. 99 sprint speed and acceleration, 96 agility. It's just scary how good this kid is. 94 ball control, 94 finishing, dribbling 95. He's got to be the world's most obvious choice for that right wing position for us. However, the other option would be this guy. I know it says he's a striker, but his ratings are actually just as good out wide on FIFA. So we could utilise Griezmann. He is left-footed, so cutting inside would make him quite dangerous if we played him out up right, using Griezmann in that 3 up front. It is an option, and he's 29, but I've never used Griezmann. He's slightly slow as well, but I don't know. It would be nice to have Griezmann, but if I have a look at values, see, they reckon we might need to pay up to 113 million for Griezmann, and we might need to pay up to 164 million to get Mbappe. So I think we might need to find out what's happening with Dybala and whether we can get rid of him first. For now, I think we'll progress forward a little bit and maybe move towards this first game in pre-season tournament and see if we get any offers. Well, we've had some offers come in, but not for players that we want to get rid of. Sanchez is going nowhere. Bayern, bugger off. And somebody wants to buy one of our youth players, but that's not happening either. I want to keep the actual youth players around. What we need is an offer for one of the transfer listed players. Real Madrid want to buy Kyle Walker. I don't really want to sell Kyle Walker. He is 83 rated. His ratings are dropping at age 30. He's still a good backup for Kimmich though, isn't he? Yeah, that's not happening. Right, it's time to sim the first game, but before we do that, we do need to sort the squad out. Just to give you an idea, my best 11 from last season are nearly all on international duty. Right, I'll sort the squad out and then we'll sim this first game. Alright, there we go. The team is sorted out. We will sim this game. I'm warning you now, there's not many first team players in that team. I mean, there's a couple, but yeah, really struggled for players that were available. Right, and we still win 5-1. Well, so a regen right back bags 2, Dybala gets 1, and Arp gets 2. Yeah, the simming thing in this game's a little bit brock, innit? Still, a win's a win, and there's not much we can do about it other than play the games. And I want to skip the games in pre-season. Carter Vickers, Club Brugge, 3.8 million. Yep, Toodaloo. It's under his valuation. Don't care. Same again then. We are going to sim this game. We'll fast sim it. Yeah, Real Madrid have not got the same problem as us. Well, they have, kinda, but they've got quite a few first teamers in there. Yeah, we got battered by Real Madrid. That just put us down in 3rd. We might not progress in this. Oh, and Fazliu has pulled a hamstring. Great, which means we now have no wing back. Well, Carter Vickers don't want to leave. Is it going to be one of them where he just doesn't want to leave the club and turns down every single offer? Game number 3 of this pre-season tournament. Again, we are simming it. It looks like Fazliu was fit enough to play, which is good. And there we go, we walk out of that one 3-1 winners as well. Hopefully that's enough to progress. And it is, we have drawn Barcelona in the semi-final. And that adds 2.7 mil to the transfer budget. Alright, what are you thinking? I think it's time to start looking at transfers, isn't it? I think the obvious one is that we need a better central midfielder. I really want to improve that midfield. But do we go for a more... I don't know. You know what? I'm going all in. I want to try and buy Mbappe. And there we go, lads. Deal is done. Kylian Mbappe has cost us 140 million. I'm pretty sure that makes him our most expensive player ever now. He's on 180 grand a week for 5 years. But we have just bought the best right winger in the game. And what did I say when we started this career mode? I want us to sign world-class players. That's what I want to do. I want to build a world-class team. And Mbappe has just given us basically the best attack we can have, really. I mean, let's face it, we're either Griezmann, Mbappe, or possibly Salah from Liverpool. But I used Salah on the Liverpool save last year, so I didn't really want to be signing Mo Salah for Tottenham. Is he going to be available yet? That's the question. Are my players back from... Oh, they are. I can have a full-strength squad for the rest of this tournament. Right, let's sort that out then, shall we? Real Madrid want to buy Harry Kane from us. That ain't happening either. Sorry, Madrid, you are not having Harry Kane, even if you're offering me 136 mil. If they want him, they're going to have to pay that release clause of 221 million. Derby also want Luke Amos, so we will accept that, see what happens. Here we go then, let's time to find out what a fully fit Spurs lineup can do against Barcelona. Turns out it can win 2-1, and it's Rabiot and Eriksen that get us the goals, and Coutinho grabs the goal for Barcelona. Does add another 3.6 mil into the transfer budget as well. We need to shift some of the players we've got transfer listed though, so that we can think about strengthening that central midfield role. And just like magic, we get a transfer offer from Juventus for Paulo Dybala. 130 million. It's valued at 95. I'm going to negotiate, but I'm only going to ask for another 10 mil on top to see if they'll pay it, because then that basically covers what we paid for Mbappe. And we have agreed a deal of 140 million for Dybala. So that means Mbappe's come in at 140 and Dybala will be leaving at 140 if that does go through. Alright, final time. Let's see if we walk out holders of the trophy. And we don't. We lose in the final. Mbappe loses to his old team, and worse still, Skriniar picked up an injury in that one. So we might be starting things off without Skriniar, depending on how bad that injury were. I mean, we reached the final, didn't we? He's only out for 7 days. That's not bad. Should be fit enough in time for the Charity Shield. And we can confirm that Dybala has gone back to Juventus. That leaves us with a hefty transfer budget again, and we can start thinking about who we want to bring in midfield. We've sorted out the right wing situation, so Griezmann can be removed from that list. Question is, do we go for Kante, Saul or Pogba? Valuations 52.5 for Kante, 70.5 for Saul and 76.5 for Pogba. I think we're going to have to pay too much to bring Pogba in, you know. I think, same with Saul, I think the obvious answer is Kante, stealing from Chelsea. Let's do that, shall we? Let's nick Kante from Chelsea. And there we go, lads. We can confirm N'Golo Kante has joined Tottenham for 70.5 million. He's on 200 grand a week, so he's a high earner, but it don't matter because this is the last season we're doing, isn't it? So we basically want the strongest squad possible. N'Golo Kante is going to seriously strengthen that midfield as well. We will drop Rabiot at bench, he can become a bench player, and Kante will be a guaranteed starter pretty much every week unless we have to play a rotated squad. N'Golo Kante, welcome to Tottenham, sunshine. Alright guys, I've got a question for you now, and I want people to basically comment below on what they think I should do. As this is the final season, and as they're both getting on in terms of age, do you think we should attempt to bring either Lionel Messi or Cristiano Ronaldo to Tottenham just to say that we've used them at Tottenham? Because I'm probably never going to do a save on FIFA where we take over one of the biggest clubs in the world. I'm probably never going to do that. So the chances of us signing Messi and Ronaldo in the first season are probably slim to none. Well, definitely not Ronaldo because he can't move in first season. But should we bring one of these two Spanish legends, I know neither are Spanish, but legends in Spain is what I meant, to the new White Hart Lane for the third and final season on this Tottenham career mode? So let me know in comments. We're obviously not going to get to the transfer window in this episode anyway because we're only playing 2 games. So let me know if you want me to sign one of these two, and let me know which one. Everton want to sign Frenkie de Jong and have offered us 51.7 million. That is an incredible fee for somebody that's only valued at 36. I wonder if they'll make it 60 though. Wow. So they did. I asked for another 10 million on top, and Everton were happy to do that in negotiations. Frenkie de Jong may be leaving to join Everton. Let's just hope that don't come back to bite us on arse. Brighton and Hove Albion have offered us 4.3 million for Cameron Carter-Vickers. I'm happy to accept that, and hopefully, with being a Premier League team, he will agree to leave. Oh bugger, we've lost Pulisic for 6 weeks to a broken elbow. It's not ideal, is it? Mind you, he is only backup at least, so there is that, but Moura is transfer listed. Does that mean we're going to have to keep Lucas Moura? Alright, here we go then. First opportunity to use our new signings, N'Golo Kante and Kylian Mbappe. This is a first for me as well because I've never used Mbappe in FIFA, so looking forward to this one. FA Community Shield against Liverpool. There's the prize on the line. Be nice to grab the first trophy at season, wouldn't it? Our lineup then, basically the same lineup as last season, but Kante and Mbappe coming. We have got Marcus Edwards on the bench instead of Lucas Moura because I forgot we had him, so we might have to keep him around and give him some opportunities this year. Liverpool's lineup: Alisson, Aurier, Boateng, Van Dijk, Marcelo, Fabinho, Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Firmino, Salah and Mane. So the real life thrilling 3 still up front at Liverpool. Oh, Eriksen couldn't feed it straight through to Mbappe. He has won the ball back. Kimmich back to Mbappe. Oh, he's robbed by Mane. And then Mane takes Mbappe down. Perfectly accidentally, I think. But I've got a feeling I'm really going to enjoy Mbappe at Spurs. Oh, Firmino. There's Keita. Well done. Defensively solid when we're not making mistakes. Over top, looking for Mbappe, does get on end of it, and Marcelo wins that challenge. Oh, and great, Mbappe has picked up an injury. That is the worst possible start for a new signing we could get. I am worried about that. Hopefully it's just a knock and he runs it off, because we don't want to lose Mbappe for any significant amount of time. Kimmich gets the cross in, Hazard backstick, headed away. Jordi Alba, Mbappe with a poor shot. He is injured though. I think we are going to have to bite the bullet and take Mbappe off, you know. It's Chamberlain, out to Mane. Kimmich has come far forward, which means Sanchez has to come across. That's got to be an offside. Eriksen sweeps that up after poor pass from Sanchez. Oh, that was nice play, like a nice turn, some nice skill from Eriksen, but it was red. Aurier's done Hazard. Alba's trying to get back. Is Salah. I think Mbappe's injury is just causing us issues. He will be going off now because the ball's gone out of play. Mbappe, sorry lad, your first game, not to be remembered. Ball to Ericsson, cut out by Fabinho. Mane coming forward again. Is so quick compared to Kimmich. It's unbelievable. Well done, Skriniar, though. And there is the half-time whistle at the break in Charity Shield. It's 0-0. There's Kante. Knocked on for Ali. And brushed off by Keita. Kante and Keita in middle is going to be a fantastic battle. There's Aurier. Keita. Firmino. That's a Salah. And to drag Skriniar. That's a foul. Is it going to be a card as well? It is. Skriniar's going to get a booking. Well away by Kimmich. And it is Kane that picks it up. Hardly said his name, have I? Oh, tried sending it out wide. What were that, Dele? I didn't know I'd got ball back then. I were going in for a challenge, but we'd already won it. We are taking Kane off. He's not really touched ball, but I like the idea of having a slightly quicker attacker on, so Werner has come on. There's Hazard. Straight past Aurier. And the cross were poor. Nowhere near anybody in middle. Kimmich trying to keep up with Mane. Ball crossed in and headed away by Jordi Alba. Knocked on by Hazard, but Ericsson ran the wrong way. Oh, Mane, and there we go. Liverpool have finally broke the deadlock. 64 minutes. Just found that little pocket of space behind Kimmich. And that was it. That's all she wrote. Well took goal. Straight across David De Gea. He did get a touch on it. There's Son. Ericsson. Took back stick. Kept in. Oh, we've spooned the shot. Timo Werner, you should be ashamed of yourself, lad. That little cutback. That was a perfect opportunity. There's Salah. That turn were dirty. Especially how slow it were. Hazard got a foot in. Dele Alli on to Hazard. Through middle. On to Ali. Looking for Hazard again. He's lost it. Boateng gets the challenge in. Well done, Kante. Werner. Knocked on for Werner again. And he's let Van Dijk get the ball. And there is the final whistle. Liverpool have won the Champions Shield. Champions Shield? The Charity Shield. Well, it weren't meant to be, were it, lads? Losing Mbappe as well, I am gutted. I just hope that that's not for any great amount of time. And that is horrible news. It's not the worst possible news we could get, because he could be out all season, but losing Mbappe for 2 months after spending 140 million on him, I am gutted. How's that for bad luck? I've had a transfer offer from Chelsea for Lucas at 30.8 million, which, you know, I'm going to negotiate because I want more money than that, but because it's Chelsea mostly. But damn, Mbappe. Can we afford? We can't really afford to lose Lucas, can we? We've got Son. Yeah, you know what? Let's just negotiate this, try and get a little bit more. Well, we've talked him up to 40 mil, which is way above what he's worth, let's be honest. At minute, 83 rated, valued at 24. I think we've got a good deal there if Chelsea are willing to pay that. But I am gutted. We can also confirm that Frankie de Jong has left as well, which has added 52.7 mil to transfer budget. Oh, Mbappe. Why, mate? Why? And there's confirmation that Lucas has sold. It's another 35.5 mil added to transfer budget. Right, let's play game number 2 of this episode then. We are at home against Crystal Palace, the team that we played in the FA Cup final at the end of last season. Line up then, we start with De Gea in goal. We have a back four of Kimmich, Sanchez, Skriniar and Alba. Middle three of Kante, Ericsson and Dele Alli, and it is Son, Kane and Hazard up front. Crystal Palace line up the start with Gator in goal. It is Calabria, me, Sacco and Spinazzola in defence. Townsend, Suarez, Maya and Zaha in midfield, and a top two of Sol and Keane. Lump that upfield. Son wins the header. Ericsson picks it up. Knocked on for Kane. Oh, tried feeding Hazard through. It just clattered off at legs at defender. There's Townsend. I suppose Townsend would actually be an option if we did bring somebody in. Bring him back to club. Zaha and Skriniar getting tangled up. Kept in by Alba, but given away. Well done, lads. And then lost. Kane picks it up. Sends it out wide for Son. Can Son get a cross in? Oh, it's off Spinazzola. That'll be a corner. And put it edge it 6-yard box, and that's Gators. Back to Sol. Keane. Who played up front with Keane last season? It weren't Sol, was it? It was somebody else. Knocked on for Hazard. Here is Eden Hazard. Oh, was that a foul or is it just a poor shot? Son's getting booked for an earlier challenge, apparently. Sends that wide to Alba. Alba looking at back stick. Son, he got the cross off. Again, why does FIFA pick the worst player to try a through ball to at any one time? That's just infuriating, and we get ball away under pressure for no reason then. Well done, Jordi Alba, and he's hacked down. If that's not a yellow card, I'll be angry. Is that a red? Wow. Alright, didn't expect that. I expected a yellow. There's Son, knocked on for Kimmich. Little dink through middle, and good defensive header. We have played the 2 minutes already that have scheduled. Refs obviously added, and there we go. Just as I was saying, he's added more on. He blows whistle. At half time, it's Tottenham 0, Crystal Palace 0. Moise Keane gets behind Skriniar. Well done, Dele Alli. Kante get it away. Son again. It's Maya. Another player that played for us in the Liverpool save. Oh, Son, you absolute beauty. Oh, why? Again, stupid passes off through balls. Kante robbed by Maya. Referee tried passing it to Townsend. We are making our first sub then. It's Timo Werner coming on for Harry Kane up front. Let's take the throw. Kante. Oh, tried threading it through. It have picked it up again though. Lumped away. Alba. Sanchez. Kante. Son. Werner. Dele Alli has dragged it wide. Oh, it's picked up a deflection. He didn't drag it wide. Ball comes in and Portuguese Sanchez heads it a mile away from goal. Ericsson onto Hazard. Through middle, Kante, Ali, Werner. Ali again. And good save by Gator. Well done, Alba. Not so well done, Kante. Don't get to Max Meyer. There we go. There's Dele Alli coming forward. Looking for Timo Werner. Fresh legs. Oh, what were that? Wow. That weren't a shot or a pass, was it? It was just embarrassing. That's what that were. Christ on a bike. Final 2 subs then. We are bringing Koke on for Dele Alli, and Son goes off for Marcus Edwards to get some game time. Zaha, Spinazzola. That's going out, surely. No. In box. Well done, Jordi Alba. Back in and high, wide, and not very handsome. It's upfield by De Gea. Ball won by Koke. It's on to Koke. Fresh legs. Fred through for Werner. Can he do it this time? Oh, he can. There we go. Second time we're asking. Timo Werner does find the target. That makes up for that embarrassing miss before, and it's Koke combining with him. There we go. This time, I'm guessing he is left-footed. Finally, it took us to the 89th minute against a 10-man Crystal Palace to find a goal. But we do finally break through in that midfield. Here's Koke. Could this be number 2? Oh, great save by Gator. Werner might have been offside then, actually. I think he were. Yeah, he's offside anyway when that pass comes through, because it wouldn't have counted even if it went in. Lumping upfield. There is the referee's whistle. We do grab the 3 points to start the season. It were tough. We had to really fight for it, and it helped that Crystal Palace had a man sent off, but we did it. 3 points in bag, all thanks to Timo Werner. Spurs 1, Palace 0. Well, how were that for a drama-packed first episode of Season 3 then, eh? We spend 140 million on Kylian Mbappe. We sell Paulo Dybala for 140 million, thus breaking even. We then lose Kylian Mbappe for 2 months after 10 minutes on pitch. Whoa. I mean, we've done some great deals. I think Kante coming in is going to be fantastic. And obviously Mbappe, when he returns, is going to be amazing on that wing. But I'm worried, guys, because we lost Pulisic to injury for 6 weeks. We've then lost Mbappe to injury for 2 months. What do we do about a right-sided midfielder after selling Lucas Moura? We are basically down to Son and Hazard as our only 2 wide men that are definitely first team. And then Marcus Edwards as a backup until we get some of them back from injury. So let me know in comments whether you think I need to sign another winger just as a backup. Maybe even look at getting somebody on loan for 6 months if there's anybody that you can think of that'll not be quite good enough for first team. Also remember to leave me a comment whether you think I should sign either Messi or Ronaldo, just for the sake of signing one of them for this season. Because this is the third and final season. Third and final? Yeah, this is the third and final season at Tottenham before this career mode ends and we start something new before FIFA 20 comes out. So the idea of managing Messi or Ronaldo is tempting, but I want to know what you guys think. So let me know about that. Other than that, guys, we are going to leave this one there. If you enjoyed it, then make sure you twat that thumbs up button and twat the subscribe button if you want to keep up with this career mode and the other content on the channel. Social media links, they're all in the description as usual. Feel free to follow me. And other than that, guys, cheers for watching. And as usual, I will see you next episode.